What is social driving? Any behavior on the road influenced by unspoken social cues, emotional reactions, or habits. Think of tailgating someone because they're driving too slowly, weaving through lanes to get ahead, or refusing to let someone merge. Well, because I've been waiting longer. Well, these behaviors aren't just annoying and dangerous, they're contagious. When one person tailgates, the driver in front is likely to brake, causing a ripple effect of sudden stops. Same happens when drivers weave or refuse to merge smoothly. What starts as one driver's frustration becomes a chain reaction that can stretch for miles. This sort of phenomenon can and does happen for no apparent reason all the time. Picture this. You are one car in a long chain moving at highway speed. Somewhere ahead, a single driver sees something, maybe a piece of debris, maybe they're just distracted and they tap their brakes. Just a gentle tap. The driver behind them sees brake lights and responds with their own brakes, but they press a little harder because they're not sure what's happening. The third driver back sees two sets of brake lights and hits their brakes even harder. This is what traffic engineers call the amplification effect. Each driver overreacts slightly to the one in front, and like a game of telephone, that tiny initial brake tap grows into a full traffic stoppage. Researchers at MIT and in Japan have been studying this phenomenon using everything from computer simulations to actual highway data. What they found is fascinating. Phantom jams behave exactly like waves in water. Drop a stone in a pond and ripples spread outward. One driver hits their brakes on a highway and a wave of stopped traffic spreads backward through the flow. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Phantom jams happen because of human limitations. Our reaction times just aren't fast enough to maintain smooth traffic flow. The average driver takes about 1.5 seconds to recognize brake lights and respond. In that time, traveling at 70 miles an hour, let's use our first example, you've already covered nearly 150 feet. Then add the time it takes to actually apply brakes and slow down. But reaction time is just part of the problem. Most of us follow too closely. That's the real amplifier. When you're tailgating, you have to brake harder and faster when the car ahead slows down. You don't have the luxury of gradual speed adjustment. And then there's rubbernecking, which we just covered on a recent podcast episode. Someone slows down to look at something on the shoulder or on the other side of the freeway, creating a ripple that can last for hours after they've moved on. Let's talk about numbers for a second. The average American commuter wastes 54 hours per year sitting in traffic. Not all of that is phantom jams, but a significant chunk is. That's 54 hours of your life, more than a full work week, just sitting there burning gas and getting nowhere because of human behavior. But multiply that across all commuters and the numbers become staggering. The Texas Transportation Institute estimates that traffic congestion costs the U.S. economy over $160 billion annually in lost time and wasted fuel. And phantom jams, they're a huge contributor to that waste because they create congestion where none should exist. Here's the good news. Phantom jams are actually preventable, and you surely know this if you've been listening to the podcast for a while. The solution starts with you. First, maintain proper following distance. The old 3-second rule isn't just for safety, it's for traffic flow. When you have space, you can make gentle speed adjustments instead of panic stops. Second, resist the urge to slam on your brakes. If the car ahead slows down gradually, you can also slow down gradually. Be the smooth driver, not the sudden one. Think of yourself as a traffic flow engineer. Your job isn't just to avoid crashes, it's to help maintain the river of traffic. Phantom jams feel inevitable, like some law of physics we just have to accept, but they're not. They are a human problem with human solutions. With more awareness, better spacing, and smoother reactions, we can be the drivers who prevent phantom jams instead of causing them. Next time you're cruising down the highway, remember, you're not just driving your car, you're conducting the symphony of traffic around you.